We are here with Amy Valenta. Amy, how are you?
Doing well, Kurt.
Wonderful. So, Amy, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you currently do for USA Rugby and in your professional life?
Okay, I'm the head physio for the women's national team. I also work with the men's national team, both the 15s programs for that, and then I'm the director of a PT clinic currently, but we'll be opening my own practice August 1st. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. Busy time right now, so good times.
So, walk us back a little bit. How did you get into training in general? Was this a lifelong dream, or what got you into overall training?
I knew I wanted to be a physical therapist at the age of 13. Sprained my ankle, tore it up pretty good, and at the same time, my father got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and spent a lot of time in physical therapy between the two of us, and became absolutely fascinated with the profession. Actually, originally thought that I was going to work primarily with elderly people, and then managed to figure out how to get my love for rugby and sport involved in my profession, and am very happy with the direction it went.
So there is a love for rugby in there. How did you originally find rugby?
Oh yeah, I was actually playing soccer in college, and my roommate got kidnapped by the rugby team. Surprisingly enough.
Sounds familiar, yes.
Yeah, and got drugged to my first rugby practice, where I promptly tackled someone completely incorrectly.
So after you got out of school, where'd you go to school?
Did my undergrad at University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, and did my graduate program and doctorate program through University of Colorado Health Sciences Center.
Wow. So you come out of school, get right into training. Were you right in with athletes, or what did you do?
Actually, when I finished, let's see, I finished my program and I was approached by Carl Barth, who was doing the US Under-19 program at the time. Started working with him pretty much within, oh shoot, that would have been in 2002. So started off with them and then worked into the Under-20 program. Yeah, pretty much right out of the gates.
Wow. So what other sports have you trained outside of rugby?
Some lacrosse. Pretty much just rugby and lacrosse. I have a full-time job running a clinic and having a lot of PTs and PTAs to take care of too. So I've pretty much limited my focus to be rugby because that's where my passion lies. So
well, we love it and appreciate it. On the rare occasion you're not doing something with rugby, what do you like to do in your free time?
Backpacking, snowboarding, hiking. Pretty much if it's outdoors, I'm out there doing it.
You're a Colorado girl, huh?
I am a Colorado girl. Upset to say that I didn't do any fly fishing this year, but I hope to. The summer's still available, I think.
Great. So tell us some of the common injuries or some of the common themes you see as you're training throughout rugby.
I would say I see a lot of hamstring and hip flexor strains as kind of being a big common injury that I see for rugby players. That would probably be the biggest one. AC separations, tons of AC separations. Unfortunately, a fair amount of concussions in there too. But yeah, luckily enough, not as many ACL tears as I think we used to see there for a while. But
Right.
yeah, a lot of. What's that?
So things that could potentially be prevented with some player maintenance.
Absolutely. And one of the concerns that we're starting to see is people getting repetitive hip flexor strains and hamstring strains, starting to develop a little bit of some instability in their pelvis. Potentially, we're thinking leading to like sports hernias. So trying to get on top of things pretty early on, addressing those hamstrings, addressing the hip flexor tension, adductor tension, getting core strengthening taken care of. Hoping to start to work on preventing some of those injuries.
Great. So do you have a overall hint that you give to all your rugby players that you train? And hey, if I could tell you one thing, here's the thing that I want to make sure that you understand about your safety or your fitness or otherwise.
Address any kind of injury or anything you have on early. If you have medical staff, you have people available to you, utilize them. Because it used to be something I say all the time is that I want to see young rugby players become old rugby players. It's why I spent so much time in youth programs. and that was trying to instill the idea that if you address things right from the get-go, it never becomes this big injury.
Wonderful. So, Amy, do you have any fun remedies, things that you use that maybe are in the back pocket? You may not would tell your medical type friends, but it's just something that works that you found, some duct tape and spit puts people back together in some way.
Oh, rugby players love their atomic bomb more than any other sport that I've ever seen. It's, hey, you know what, this hurts, but I can go on. Do you just have that rub? I can just rub on there real quick, warm it up, no problem.
Amy, what's something that's difficult about training either rugby players, or I know you sometimes get into other sports, but what is a difficult part about training?
For rugby players specifically is rugby players don't stop. It's my ear's halfway torn off. Can we put some electric tape around it and throw me back out on the field? I'd say the hardest thing is putting a player's safety first and acknowledging their drive and desire to perform at their ultimate, at their best, and be on the field. That's where they want to be. But knowing when it is time to say, hey, you're gonna be a detriment to yourself, and you could potentially be harming your overall health and well-being. So I say that's pretty much the hardest thing is stepping in and going, yes, I know you could do this, but should you do this?
If you would, tell us one more time where you work through the day and where people can get some training help from you.
Gotcha. I'm primarily based out of Infinity Physical Therapy and Denver Back Pain Specialist. We're in the Denver Tech Center. Otherwise, I'm the medical coordinator for the Glendale Raptors program based in Glendale, Colorado. So between that and a few other teams here and there.
Great. And Amy, if you're talking to a trainer looking to get involved in rugby or questioning whether they should or not, what advice would you have for a trainer in State X who wants to get involved in maybe training some high school rugby?
Oh, just get out there and contact the coaches. Rugby is a phenomenal community, and we want more and more people involved in it any way that they can. It's a very welcome group. So get out there, talk to the high school coaches, talk to the colleges. Sometimes it's even the high school teams have better things available to them than the college teams do. But just get out there and talk to coaches. That's really the best thing that you can do.
Great. Well, Amy, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And again, we appreciate you keeping basically the players on the field for our national programs. So thank you for your time.